What's up everybody, Frank A's HP Collectibles here with a comic mail time. I have comics from 6 locations, so it's kind of like 6 packages like I do for a traditional mail time. One of them's from eBay, a couple gifts, one of them from the comic store, one of them from a garage sale. So yeah, some interesting stuff. I'm gonna go over that. Let's do background real quick and get started. Got the Marvel Legends Series 6 Punisher with a 129 Spider-Man reprint, 1974 reprint, first appearance of Punisher. I have 3, maybe 4 different versions of this toy, different backgrounds, different languages, all that kind of stuff. Pretty cool. Just was kind of hanging around here with me cleaning up after the move. And then a Ghost Rider Volume 2, so the Dan Ketch Ghost Rider from the 90s. This is a second printing. So it's got the gold or copper on there instead of the color where the Marvel Comics logo is on the top left, as well as the logo and some of the background as well. But yeah, featuring Punisher, Jim Lee cover art. Very, very cool. Jim Lee is one of my all-time favorites. And in fact, I'm pretty sure I have some Jim Lee in this mail. So let's start off. Let's start off with this. I went to a yard sale of a buddy of mine who was moving out of country, and he had a short box, and he sold me the short box. And what I took from that short box to keep for my personal collection is Punisher Nightmare, number 1 through 5, a mini-series. This is not a mini-series that I have read in the past. I don't believe I had it at all. I'm not the biggest fan of Mark Texeira, I believe how you pronounce it. I met him once at a comic book show, and he was not particularly cool. I'm not really going to get into details. Sometimes people have bad days, whatever. I got some books autographed by him, and you know, he was whatever. But I will give that a read and see how I like it. I don't know what to expect. And then he also had this. He had a single issue of Street Fighter Unlimited. It's number 6, cover B. It's probably a wrap cover. I think it is, which is cool. I love myself some wrap covers. Wait, it's the same thing on both sides. Okay. I figured it would be a wrap cover for a cool reason, but maybe, I guess it probably connects to cover A, but I would have liked to see an actual wrap cover there and not just a duplicate on back, whatever. I have a lot of those Street Fighter comic books dating from the 93 version, the 95 version, and there's a Malibu, there's another brand I can't think of offhand, and then Udon. And I have a lot of the Udons, and I have most of the other ones from the 90s. All right, next up, I did take a bunch of stuff from that short box that I got from him, and I gave it to the girlfriend, who's a big comic geek. She pulled everything that she wanted out of there, and whatever was left, I went over to Samurai Comics in Mesa, traded them in, and picked up a couple things that I wanted. 2 things in particular. I got this Spawn number 1 30th anniversary blank cover, you know, for some like sketches or whatever the case is. And then I also picked this up. Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe, Turkish reprint. So different language, pretty cool. I like some oddball stuff. I want to say about 4 different printings of Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe at this point. There was the original. I think there was a second cover for the original. Then there was a reprint like 10 years later. And then I think they reprinted it a 3rd or maybe even a 4th time. I don't know how many covers I have, but having a Turkish cover is pretty cool, so pick that up. This was just a random Punisher that was a gift from a roommate who had it laying around. I don't even know if I have number 1 of this. My girlfriend keeps telling me how good War of the Realms is, and I have not read it, so shame on me. I will get around to it. Hey, speaking of Jim Lee, here is the goddamn Batman. If you know what it means, then you know what it means. If you know, you know. But Frank Miller wrote this. Jim Lee drew it. One of my all-time favorite artists, Jim Lee. And the whole book is fantastic. Unfortunately, it never got finished. So who knows, maybe Frank Miller and Jim Lee will get together and do that together someday and finish that book. And then I guess I'm getting to this graded book. Some people will laugh at this and they say, why would you possibly grade this comic? I didn't grade it, I bought it graded, and I bought it at a reasonable price, and I don't care what other people think. This is one of the most overproduced comic books of all time, but it is one of the covers for 92 or 93, what was it? 91 X-Men relaunch, Jim Lee cover art, Jim Lee interior art. It was a fantastic story. A lot of these guys ended up moving on very quickly. I mean, Chris Claremont continued to write X-Men for quite a bit, and I mean, he's one of the greatest X-Men writers ever. But I wanted this because I'm fond of Jim Lee art. I'm fond of this. I grew up with it. I don't care that it's overproduced or that there's a million covers. I wanted it for the personal collection, and I picked it up. So reasonably priced. Pretty sure I got a really good deal on it because I was buying sports cards from the same dealer, so I got a combined shipping. So rather than the normal eBay $15 shipping that you have to pay to get a CGC graded comic shipped to you, pretty sure I only paid like $2-3 because I was already ordering a ton of other stuff, and they didn't count it as a $15 ship. So very, very happy to have that. That's the haul. I got some Punishers to read. The Street Fighter Unlimited will just go into the Street Fighter pile until I eventually get enough of the Unlimiteds to read it. Spawn number 1 empty cover will go with my McFarlane 1 through 10 and 100 autographed by McFarlane. So that'll go in with that. The Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe will go in with those variant covers that I have, or variant releases. War of the Realms will sit around until I get enough to read, or I'll read my girlfriend's trades. And then the Batman and Robin, I had this in the past. I had all of them in the past. I think I got rid of them when I got rid of a bunch of my comic books. Probably shouldn't have got rid of it, but I got number 1 for it was like $1.50 in one of the dollar boxes, so I'm okay with that. But that's it. Only my second comic video on this channel. I am going to start doing more of them. I don't pick up comics as much as I do other stuff, but it still happens, and I still enjoy it, and I still have, I don't know, 14 short boxes over here stashed. So yeah, that's it. Check out the Instagram and the Twitter if you want to see more right here. Ding! And thanks for watching. Give me a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff if you care. If not, no big deal. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next vid. Peace.